The Lyrians entered the graveyard. Crickets chirped in its tall, windswept grass, and lush green moss covered its crumbling gravestones. Only a fresh bloodstain upon a mausoleum wall suggested that something disturbed the dead in their rest and hunted the living.
Save your tears, throw off your grief.
An eerie voice sang, its ghastly lament standing Maeve's hair on end.
Soon your life too shall cease as you pass into the eternal glow.
A pockmarked, pustule-ridden creature crawled out from behind some gravestones. It vaguely resembled a shriveled, hunchbacked hag, until its head split into two halves, forming a tooth-spiked maw.
Attack! Everyone!
My spirit's willing and how, but these damn boots are killing me. Armor was. There's a time to reap, a time to sow, and a time to die. Lyria!
What? Who dares?
One wound's all I need.
What was that filth?
The queen croaked hoarsely as the dying monster writhed in agony at her feet.
I know not, your grace,
Replied Reynard.
but to be safe, I would have the corpse chopped up and burned. Elsewise, we will not be certain it shall not return.
Yes, have it done.
Maeve said, brushing her hair from her beaded brow.
But quickly, lest dusk catch us in this foul place.
The Lyrians soon resumed their march. As they left the cemetery behind them, some believed they still heard the haunting dirge upon the air. Or was it just the wind, whistling past mossy tombstones? As they neared Wetterton, the Queen ordered her company to halt. She then sent men to the town for supplies. Those sent returned more quickly than she'd assumed they would, their satchels empty, their mounts foaming at the mouth.
Your Majesty, the townsfolk have gone right mad. Herded all the elves and dwarves at Market Square. 'Tis a slaughter.
The Queen knew well that if she failed to intervene, the town's streets would flow with non-human blood. Just as she knew her meager force might not subdue an enraged crowd. As they neared Wetterton, the Queen ordered her company.
What is your command, your grace?
Reynard's question pierced the silence.
What can it be, dear friend?
Answered the Queen, then spurred her mount and rode off towards the town. Her troops followed, running as fast as their legs would carry them. When they passed inside the town gate, they saw corpses lining the gutters. Meve realized she had arrived too late to prevent a tragedy. The crowd was drunk on blood. Its rage would need to be quelled with an iron fist.
Step away, or see your heads bounce down the cobblestones! Reynard, who started this? I must know. So much hatred. We must put a stop to it.
Can't take any more.
Her Majesty is... We must strike the largest clusters! Disperse the mob!
God save us! There's killing everyone! Run for your lives!
Happily, Meve restored order without suffering any losses. Reynard then learned that a nobleman's ire had triggered the violence, ire at having discovered a theft.
Suspicion fell on the non-humans he employed. He accused them, they protested, and the row soon engulfed the town. But there's something else, your grace.
Reynard gestured towards an aged man who stood grieving, his face in his hands.
I've witnesses who claim the strays of Sparla are the thieves.
Though the tragedy seemed the result of a misunderstanding, justice would have to be served. Those responsible for the slaughter would need to be punished. The question was, how severely?
Your excuses I cannot accept.
Said the Queen.
The vipers who called for the slaughter, they will hang. The rest...
Majesty!
A townswoman fell to Meve's feet.
Mercy, please! 'Twere words taken wrong, a misunderstanding.
A misunderstanding? To don another's cape, pay out insufficient change. These are misunderstandings. What happened here was criminal, and you'll be punished as criminals.
The condemned were hanged at once, without regard to the protests of kith and kin. Those non-humans who had managed to hide and survive made a most generous donation in gold to bolster the Queen's force. I'd like to say Wetterton's small melting pot of races lived on in harmony. Yet alas, I'm not in the habit of propagating untruths.
You hanged good folk today, ma'am. And for what? Because they came to the end of their tether?
Well, well. Seems humans are near the same after all. Well, nothing left in Wetterton for me now. Close my shop and share the road with you.
Those bandits, dressed as demons they was, horns on their heads and pink snouts instead of noses. Beware, some bandits on thy road round Dawn. Those that call themselves the Strays. Those bandits, dressed as demons they was. Horns on their heads and pig snouts instead of noses.
Off to the nuptials, ma'am. Walk across this bridge here, then ride on straight as piss. An arrow. I'm bringing honey for the groom and his lovely bride. May their new life prove at least as sweet. Dance till we die, or the sun lights the sky. Dance till we die, or the sun lights the sky. I'm bringing honey for the... Dance till we die, or the sun lights the sky. Dance till we die, or the sun...
Air smells of smoke. Bites at my eyes. The Queen rides hither. The Queen. She'll smite the bandits. Save us, one and all. Air smells of smoke. The Queen.
Left, right, left, right.
Thronebreaker!
Our ballista at your command.
Discipline shall bring us victory!
Armor won't save. The Queen's returned. Welcome her we must. Tribute in hand. Ups, merry little plant. Weddings without ye, revel we shall. Folks say the black clads come our way. I say let 'em. We've pitched folks enough for 'em all.
Maeve's ear suddenly caught brisk music and voices raised in song. She had no doubt. A wedding ceremony had just begun in a hamlet just off the high road. When the bride's father spotted the royal retinue, he rushed up to beg the queen to bless the newlyweds. Maeve obliged cordially. Encouraged, the father boldly invited Maeve and her court to join in the festivities.
You do us a right honour, my lady. And your men would bolster their strength afore to march ahead. We beg ye, eat, drink and rejoice with us.
I haven't slippers to dance in, but I trust I'll manage somehow. Lead on, good man.
The nuptials took place in the shade of a vast oak tree. Then the newlyweds and their guests walked in procession to a barn adorned with flowers. An uproarious celebration ensued. As she watched her soldiers dance shoulder to shoulder with peasants, Maeve felt a surge of pride at being their queen. The heart of Lyria. It beat most powerfully here, not in the gilded halls of palaces. Suddenly, a cry went up as strange armed men rushed into the yard.
There's the lass! Grab her!
Before anyone could stop them, the bandits took the bride and fled into the woods. The drums and fiddles, suddenly silenced, were now replaced by weeping, moaning, angry calls for pursuit. Deep grief upon his face, the host turned to Maeve with a plea.
Milady, we beg of you, help us!
We'll not leave you wanting, good man.
Shouted the queen, slipping her feet into her stirrups.
Follow me! Yeah!
The earth trembled beneath the weight of horse and hoof. Tankards laid out for a midnight toast to the bride and groom clinked prematurely in the quake, and the Lyrians charged forth into the dark wood.
Oh, to be young again, heart bursting with love.
Though the Lyrian cavalrymen had imbibed spirits throughout the night, they not only managed to stay upright in their saddles, but even gained on the bandits and cut off any chance of escape.
Stop them!
Catch 'em all!
My spirit's willing and how, but these boots are killing me.
The chase is on!
Again and again and again.
You mad? Don't say that!
They flee! We must stop them!
An army's a waste of time for one like me. Left, right, left, right.
This could hurt.
Give me a tip. There's a time to reap, a time to sow. Aye.
Company! Forward march!
Should have listened to me old lady.
Got any victuals? Hungry like a wolf, I am.
This harvest, we'll be reaping black-clad heads. I'm a woman.
Your Grace, we've near lost them. We have them, Your Majesty.
Neve's troops defeated the bandits and rescued the bride. Only to be surprised. For the maiden fair dropped to her knees and burst into tears of sorrow, not joy.
Weep not, child.
The queen said, placing her arm upon her shoulder.
It's over. You're free.
Nay, not so, your majesty. My lady, I've no love for Jan. No wish to wed him. It's my father. My family forced me. My heart's fimbers. He arranged the masquerade. I beg ye, if you've 1 ounce of kindness, if you've a heart, let us leave this place together and free.
This scheme you've pursued, I can't condone. Folk have been wounded. Some might have died.
Said the queen.
Yet, equally, I cannot let others force you to marry.
So, may we go, your grace?
You may. Fast as your legs will carry you, afore I've a change of heart.
Though none dared utter a word of chagrin, Neve sensed her subjects' bitter gazes upon her. At the first light of the morn she left, without so much as a nod goodbye.
Oh, poor Jan. I pity the lad. True, he's no looker, but he's got an heart of gold. Oh, poor...
You spy that column of smoke? Gods damn it! Make haste!
As the Clayton estate appeared from behind a tree line, the queen and all in her retinue knew at once they had arrived too late. A veritable swarm of bandits milled about the yard.
Who have we here? I'll take a gander, lads. The Queen herself has deigned to come and see us.
See you, then kill you.
The strays of Sparla? 'Tis you who lead them. 'Tis you they call the Duke of Dogs.
Aye, 'tis I they dub so. And in other pleasant ways. Prince of Pariahs, Thane of Thieves, Baron of Brigands, and Marquess of Mendacity.
Colourful titles all, yet you omit one. Common cutthroat!
I beg your pardon and cry foul. I am anything but common.
You needn't get excited, Caldwell. Where is Lord Clayton?
Sadly, my lord's no longer with us. Turned us away, you see. Denied us hospitality. A sacred right, after all. Angered the gods mightily, I expect, as he promptly met a tragic end. Fell in the well and broke his neck.
I've heard enough. To arms! Attack!
What say we throw this queen a ball?
I smell a leak.
Stand back! 'Tis some alchemical concoction!
Aye.
You mad? Don't shake that!
Should have listened to me, old lady.
We'll catch 'em all!
This harvest will be reaping black-clad heads.
We got a job to do.
Left, right, left, right.
The chase is on!
Again and again and again.
Can't take it anymore. Shh! Cork it.
Well, well, my congratulations.
Can't get our asses moving.
My spirit's willing and how, but these damn boots are killing me. One boat.
Bravo, Your Grace. Well played.
I can't say the same for you, I fear. You'd have done better to die in battle. Bound for Lyria now, where the hangman will have his way with you.
Splendid! I've ever wished to see the capital.
Quite certain of yourself, you seem.
Many afore you have braided nooses for me, Your Grace. Yet as you see, my neck's straight as a pike.
My threats are never hollow. And if it's an escape you weigh, well, we've yet to see any man abscond from the dungeons of Lyria Castle.
I'd hope so. For to be known as second just wouldn't be worth the trouble.
Ugh. Take him away.
As soldiers placed the Duke of Dogs in shackles, there was a sudden commotion. A messenger rushed in, sweaty, gasping for air, smelling of smoke and blood. His gaze spoke terror.
Your Majesty, graces. Nilfgaard's crossed the Yaruga. Black-clad hordes. Villages burn. Folk lie murdered.
Nilfgaard! Gods help us!
They march for Dravograd. Prince Willem, he can't hope to arrive in time with aid. Help us! You must!
Dravograd. Blast it all. Listen close, soldier. You're to take a fresh mount, ride hard back to your commander and say the Queen comes to repel the foe.
Your Grace, begging your pardon, our force. We aren't many. Let's send for reinforcements first, elsewise...
Reynard, I've seen Nilfgaard's trebuchets at work. Should we delay until we're stronger, they'll leave no stone standing in Dravograd. We must ride for the town at once.
As her men prepared to march, Meve climbed the manor's tower. Smoke rose in columns in the distance. As more black pillars appeared one after the other, she knew they meant another home, another barn, another mill was in flames. Tears welled in her eyes, yet they were tears of anger.
Bastards. If it's war they seek, it's war I shall win. Reynard, prepare to ride!
First bandits, now this. Misfortune does indeed come knocking twice.
In hobnailed boots, tramping upon my land. Nilfgaard shall regret this. I swear on all that is sacred and blessed.
Suddenly, Meve's force found itself marching straight towards a Nilfgaardian company. To the Queen's surprise, the invaders did not immediately assume battle formation. They proceeded instead in her very direction without a sign of panic. The man leading the Nilfgaardians was clad in rich robes. He exuded pride and the scent of musk.
I am Traern Vardifir, Your Majesty. I was asked to present your esteemed grace the ultimatum of the forces of the Empire of Nilfgaard.
The envoy cracked the seal on a scroll, unfurled it, took a deep breath, and began to read.
I, General Ardal Ebdahi, demand the immediate and unconditional surrender of Lyria and Rivia. Elsewise, I will burn down every city, town, village, and temple, place all your subjects in chains, and your armed men, defeated and captured, I will hang along the roadsides as a warning to all others in the barbarous north.
As the final threat echoed in Meve's ears, the envoy put away the scroll and stood waiting for her answer, a mocking smile on his face. He allowed himself this insolence, believing the immunity accorded diplomats would shield him from any form of royal ire.
I thank you, sir. A sophisticated missive that proves beyond a doubt Nilfgaard's superiority over the culturally backward north.
Answered the Queen in a voice frostier than Mahakam's snow-capped peaks.
To delay this matter I see no reason, so I give you my response to His Excellency. Go ahead and try, Whoreson.
That said, Meve slapped her mount with her reins and galloped away, leaving the Nilf Guardians in dust. Envoy and escort turned to go whence they came, the Lyrians sending them off with a din of whistles and curses.
Aye.
Can't take it anymore.
An army's a waste of time for one like me.
Tell me you jest.
Should have listened to me, old lady.
$152, $154.
What do you want of me?
Then retreat!
Silla Teufel!
Enoch Fien!
Scrubbing duty again? Oh, gods.
This harvest will be reaping black-clad heads.
New orders? No? Ah.
You must sweat like a swine in that jacket.
Must be an important lesson in this. But what?
Again and again and again.
Teil Herzer. Wise choice.
Army's a waste of time for one like me.
Give me a target.
Scheiß! In Teil!
My spirit's willing and how, but these damn boots are killing me.
Teufel! My boots got sand aplenty in them.
A lesson in humility coming now.
Abolition of command. Armor won't save them.
Off to the front yet again.
There's a time to reap, a time to sow, and a time to die.
here.
Hertha.
Scheiß in Teil!
Off to the front yet again.
Give me a target. Arbalist at your command. Armor won't save.
Then one day, gazing towards the horizon, the Queen spotted Lyrian banners whipping about in the wind.
At long last,
She said with a smile. Niamh resolved to speak with the commander, one Baronet Eldar. It was the first time they met, and the youth very much impressed her. Yet instead of questioning Eldar about the foe's troop movements, Reynard took the conversation down a seemingly irrelevant path.
And how's your father, if I may ask? In good health, I hope?
Yes, though he still nurses that bump he suffered while hunting last winter. Yet he's not one to complain. I'll tell him you asked.
Irritated at the trivial nature of the conversation, Niamh gave her horse a dose of her reins and cantered off. Once Eldar and his men were safely behind them, she took Reynard aside.
Reynard, this is no time for gossip and pleasantries. We are at war.
Yes, Your Majesty. And in such times, little should be taken at face value. Even a man's name.
Get to the point, Reynard.
Eldar's father died a month past. His son, I venture, should have known as much.
But that means... Oh, the bastard. Impeccable accent, though.
I fear he's rather representative of what we face. Nilfgaardian spies are ever well prepared.
Tell me, how did you know?
He wears no mourning on his armor. Were it not for that, I dare say I might never have guessed. What are your orders, Your Grace? To observe these Nilfgaardian mummers?
Assemble a force. Tell them to follow our new allies. Observe them closely.
As you wish, Your Grace.
Reynard's scouts did as ordered, watching the false Lyrians while themselves remaining unseen. Soon after, a scout returned with news that the false Lyrians seemed headed for Rastburg, a castle several leagues to the north.
House, barn, granary, Blackclads burnt it all down. Begged 'em, milady, on hands and knees. They just laughed. We offend their emperor some ways, Your Majesty. We offend their emperor.
The false Lyrians approached Rastburg Castle. They sought to convince the defenders to open the gate. As their commanders negotiated with the commander on the ramparts, the remaining infiltrators crouched hidden behind a wall, awaiting the signal to rush forth.
Time for Baronet Elder to join his falsely claimed father,
muttered the Queen.
Follow me!
They found us! Säger not to eat! Ah! Thank God!
Again and again and again.
In retreat!
Aye.
Army's a waste of time for one like me.
Moving! It's war! One bullet's all I need. Alba! Should have listened to me, old lady.
Yes?
Give me a time.
So we're here.
Time I taught you some respect.
I will listen to your command. I'm a one set.
Scheiß! In Teil!
This artist will be reaping black-clad heads.
Off to the front yet again.
Territoire. Droit en caser!
The castle is secure, Your Grace.
The Nilfgaardians found themselves in a clinch. As boiling oil and tar rained down on them from the walls, they attempted to retreat. Yet Meave's halberdiers cut off their path, and at the fight's end, Meave was victorious. The garrison commander now knelt by the body of the purported Baronet Eldar, in truth a Nilfgaardian spy. He shook his head in disbelief.
He addressed me by name. Knew our watchwords. Why, if you hadn't come along, Your Grace, I fear even to think on it.
Let this be a lesson, then. Trust no one, not a living soul.
Though victory was theirs, the Lyrians left Rasburg in mightily low spirits. They now knew well that Nilfgaard's spies were no less a threat than its heavy cavalry, than its war machines that spit fire.
Milady, if I may, the enemy yet lurks. You must bolster your force. You must incorporate a detachment from my unit. The times, the world, the day. Can't even tell friend from foe. Treachery round every corner. Blacklads may have more mounts and machines, but they've no honor, not an ounce.
What the devil is going on? Where are our reinforcements? Why does Willem not ride out to face the foe, relieve besieged towns?
I can't say, Your Grace. We haven't had a single scroll from the Prince.
Gods be damned. I've the impression I'm alone in fighting the Blackclads.
Keep a keen watch. Cries for rushes in a foreign tongue. Your Majesty, what of Prince Willem? Where is he? Why's he not come to relieve us? We'd had omens, oddities that foretold this war. Blood in the milk, stillborn foals, trees withered of a sudden. And I lost me tooth in a sweet bun. We'd had... Beware...
Meave's retinue was riding through a narrow gully when a shrill cry cut the air.
An
Satan van den Order!
The gully came alive, and soldiers in black armor rushed forth. A cry in turn went up and down Meave's ranks. Ambush!
Defensive formation!
101, 102, 103. $152, $154.
Can't take it anymore.
Give me a target. Alba! Aye.
Yep.
Off to the front yet again.
Left, right, left, right.
Quiet! What the cunts are we here? Got any victuals? Hungry like a wolf, I am.
If you insist.
Should have listened to me old lady.
Brach! Scheiß! In! Zwei!
Her Majesty knows what she's doing.
This harvest will be reaping black-clad heads.
Off to the front yet again.
A highly curious case. Egreto dum anime est, fes est.
I want them taken alive! I need answers!
After the skirmish, the Queen's troops brought several Nilfgaardian prisoners before her. Reynard, who had the best command of their mongrel tongue, interrogated. His first question? How many battalions were marching on Dravograd?
Kes, Zagdran, ep Dravograd, ven.
The prisoners whispered feverishly, then one spoke on their behalf. They would answer no questions until the Queen pledged to free them in return. The Lyrian soldiers saw this as arrogance, and said as much.
Conditions they're giving us now? Sons of whores! I say, we find a tree with a strong bough, several...
Ignoring the objections of her retinue, Meave pledged what the soldiers wished. They, in turn, admitted their commander had pushed forward ahead of the army's core force. He now awaited reinforcements that would let him take Dravograd. The prisoners claimed these units would march through the village of Turnifen.
To lay there in ambush. Hold them. They could not join forces.
Reynard whispered, leaning in towards the Queen.
We would gain the advantage for the decisive battle.
Niamh had obtained invaluable information, while the prisoners would gain their freedom. Or so it seemed at the time.
I would ask you to pledge to not reveal our position to your commanders,
said the Queen.
Yet so eager were you to share your army's secrets with me that your word is of no value. Leave my sight.
Once the Queen's words had been translated, the prisoners breathed a sigh of relief. Freed, they ran as fast as they could towards a wood, glancing back to make certain there was no pursuit. But Niamh kept her promise.
Blackclads trampled my son, your majesty. You saw him walking along the road. They didn't slow, not one bit. My lady, I've nae much, but I'll gladly give me last coin for the cause. For vengeance!
Should have listened to me, old lady.
Again and again and again.
This harvest will be reaping black-clad heads.
An army's a waste of time for one like me.
If you insist.
Left, right, left, right.
My spirit's willing and how, but these damn boots are killing me.
Tell me you jest.
Again and again and again.
What do you want of me?
Got any victuals? Hungry like a wolf, I am.
There's a time to reap, a time to sow, and a time to die. Aye. One bullet's all I need.
Company! Forward march!
Neve and company passed by a village evidently pillaged by the Nilfgaardians. From afar they had heard cries, but as they drew near they recognized them not as cries of grief, but as cursing, cries of anger.
Give him a proper walloping, the scoundrel!
Mercy, good folk! I've done nothing wrong!
The villagers stood gathered near the hamlet's center, surrounding an elf, bloodied and cowering. Stones in hand, the peasants threatened and cursed him. The queen demanded an explanation. A ruddy-faced blacksmith stepped forth and spit.
A Nilfgaardian spy the horse and his, your majesty. He's the one brought him here to raise the village. He's got to hang.
The other villagers agreed with the smith. The elf fell at the queen's feet and groveled.
Have mercy, Renner. Save your loyal subject. They lie! They fault me only as I am an elf.
Whence this certainty of his guilt? Have you any proof?
Asked Neve.
Did anyone see him communing with the foe? Did he hold any coin with a foreign stamp?
The villagers eyed Neve angrily, their hands clenched into fists. Yet none dared utter a word in protest.
Know this. The Blackclads need no reason to pillage our homes. Now stand aside and let this wretch go.
The elf tearfully thanked the queen, then begged her not to leave him behind. Instead, he pleaded vehemently to join her retinue.
Your most noble grace, please, I beg you. As soon as you're gone, the Dwan will hang me from the nearest tree.
So be it.
said the Queen after a moment's consideration.
Find the quartermaster. He's to put you to work. And now we march.
The villagers gazed with hatred as the company left the hamlet. When its thatched roof huts disappeared beyond the next bend, Meve breathed a sigh of relief.
I swear it, Your Majesty. The elf was scheming with the Black Clouds. The gods be witnesses. I swear it, Your...
Meve's force made its way to the place the prisoners had indicated, a quaint village named Turnethan. And indeed, soon a cloud of dust appeared on the horizon. A large enemy force approached.
We await your order, Your Grace.
Reynard peered at Meve expectantly. Meve could not let this opportunity pass. The Nilfgaardians marched on, oblivious to the threat. As soon as they found themselves within range, she signaled her arbalists to loose their bolts, then led her cavalry in a charge.
At them! Follow me! Gee up!
Army's a waste of time for one like me.
I'm a monster.
Left, right, left, right.
152, 154.
Got any victuals? Hungry like a wolf, I am.
Scrubbing duty again? Oh, gods.
This harvest, we'll be reaping black-clad heads.
New orders? No? Ah.
One boat's all I need.
Discipline shall bring us victory!
My spirit's willing and how, but these damn boots are killing me. There's a time to reap, a time to sow, and a time to die. Aye.
Hail, Herzer!
As you wish, master.
Give me a time.
Off to the front yet again.
A highly curious case. Pedroto dum anima est. Fes.
Splendid! One last push now! Not a black-clad to remain within sight of Dravigrad!
Thus Meve led her force to victory. Historians would later term this encounter the Battle of Turnifen. Those Nilfgaardians who survived it spoke of a terror on the field. A woman warrior in gilded armor spattered with blood, her blows so powerful as to pierce the heaviest breastplate, the thickest buckler. The Lyrians now set off toward Dravigrad, buoyed by the vision of their foe expecting reinforcements, friendly banners on the horizon, none of which would ever arrive.
The black-clads may outnumber us, but we're the more cunning, with the wit! That's how you kill black-clads, with swarms of bolts from the thicket and pitfalls neath their feet. Ha! Sure, their armor's black, but their blood flows red!
Remember this, Nilfgaardians. You'll not defeat the gods. They fear not your torches. They fear not your swords. Blasphemers, pagans, idolaters who prostrate themselves to the sun. curse. Remember the curse, you sons of Nilfgaard. Mongrels, tear your flesh and gnaw your bones.
A dark shadow suddenly cut across the sky. The Queen instinctively brought her shield up, convinced a Nilfgaardian catapult had lobbed a boulder their way. When the boulder landed in the road ahead, it smashed into splinters and proved an empty barrel.
This is what they cast at us. Barrels. Is this some jest?
Well, they're not known for their sense of humor, the Nilfgaardians,
answered Reynard. Neve stood in her stirrups, squinted, peered into the distance, and let out a hearty chortle. For the barrel had been loosed by neither catapult nor trebuchet, but by a rock troll consumed by fury. At what? A company of Nilfgaardian soldiers had pitched camp by the cave the troll called home.
Troll or non-troll?
Said the Queen, drawing her sword.
None deserve to die at Nilfgaard's hands. Follow me!
Narum! Essayant to the Avian!
For soup!
Head on fear!
Protect the troll!
Arbalist at your command.
Life is mine now.
Again and again and again. Army's a waste of time for one like me.
Armor won't serve.
It's safe!
Your Grace, the troll, it's a bit unpredictable.
Wise choice.
My spirit's willing and how, but these damn boots are killing me. There's a time to reap, a time to sow, a time to die.
Order! Used to be I hunted game. Men bring more coin. Jericania, source of the best goods. That will do. If you insist.
Aye. One bullet's all I need.
Humans good to shoot hell.
The Lyrians smashed the Nilfgaardian force. The troll, having grown suddenly pensive, gazed and picked at the invaders' corpses.
Clad in blacks, humans. No good humans.
Just so, Sir Troll. The Nilfgaardians are a devious lot. Our land they've attacked most treacherously.
Clad in blacks, humans hard. Why no good humans? Big lot armor. You got to. Try morsel of human, you wish?
Do you know to whom you speak? This is Her Majesty, your queen.
Greeting your queen. Soup is me.
There, Reynard. I believe I can manage this. Say, Shoop, you've quite the stockpile of kegs. Do you engage in custom, perhaps?
No. Kegs good for smash when Shoop angry gets. But costume engaging. That what mean?
It means... well, to trade one thing for another. At a profit.
One thing for other. For glitter rocks, even.
Yes, if you play your cards right, you might just convince someone to pay you in rocks.
Cards. Cards, kegs, trade, glitter rocks. Oh, Shoop plan got. Shoop gotta go. Afore human go, Shoop human give. Your queen aid give, your queen aid get.
The troll turned on his heel and ran out of his cave, his destination known only to himself. As she moved to leave, a hunch told Meve the world would yet hear of this troll named Shoop.
So many armed men in me life, and each one in black plate and winged elm. Heard them Nilfgaardians got hearts of stone, no mercy for a single soul. Reinforcements from the capital, milady. Where are they? Why've we no protection? Reinforcements